Welcome to GITV's presentation of Michigan High School Athletic Association football playoffs. Tonight, the Grosse Ile Red Devils take on the Hurricanes from Detroit Frederic Douglass High School in Division IV action. This is Rich Sherby along with Phil Henry. We'll be calling tonight's action. And Phil, we're located at the Northwestern High School in Detroit, down by Henry Ford Hospital on West Grand Boulevard. And we should have a good game tonight as both teams are coming off, obviously, good victories last week.
Absolutely. It's a beautiful day today. The sunset was gorgeous for us here in the booth. The field is going to be super fast out there, so there's not going to be any slipping and sliding. Detroit Douglass is going to be in their Hurricane colors, and Grosse Ile is going to be in the white jerseys tonight. And what we're looking for is a very contrasting style game in this final for the districts. The right to move on in the state playoffs. It'll be a very big night here tonight, Rich. Exciting game.
So Grosse Ile getting ready to receive the kickoff. They're playing on artificial turf tonight, and so the field is in beautiful shape. As we're just about ready to get action underway, so we'll wait for the referee's whistle, and here we go. Short kick. Bounces at the 25, picked up by Grosse Ile, charges straight ahead, takes it out to about the 32, where Grosse Ile will set up first down and 10.
So they're going to take the opening kickoff, Rich, and what we're going to look forward is the spread offense by Grosse Ile that they've run so effectively this year and the past few years. So they got some seasoned players at handling it, and then what we've got on the other side of the ball is some large beef on that line. We looked in, and we've got 6 players in around the 300-pound range. A couple are listed just under, and a few are over. So it's going to be a large front coming at these Grosse Ile Devils tonight.
Grosse Ile starting with Robbie White at quarterback. And a quick handoff to Kish. Tries to go straight up the middle. Gain of about 2 yards on the play.
Douglass is coming in here tonight, Rich. They're ranked in this district. There's like a 4-team district, and they were ranked or had the most points in the district. So this is typically a home game for them, even though we're at Northwestern Field in Detroit here. Douglass is probably about a mile or so away. They're just south of 94 on West Warren.
Yeah, close to Wayne State University, but they don't have a field on their campus, so we're at Northwestern. Robbie White rolls to his right, looks to pass, finds a receiver, hauls it in at the 39. Going to be short of the first down, however. Bring up a third down play. Looks to be about 5 yards.
He was brought down by number 3, Hawthorne.
Play coming in from the sidelines, as is the case with Grosse Ile. All the plays are called on the sidelines and shuttled in.
And Robbie White in the position, he's got the moves to make things happen from the shotgun formation, Rich.
Receivers split wide left and right. Another running play trying to go off the right side. Douglass smells it out and stops it for a loss. It's going to bring up a 4th down. At about the, we'll see where they mark it. Looks like it's going to be the 39-yard line of Grosse Ile.
Kish was your ball carrier.
Well, back in punt formation, Rich, as we got our first 3 and out here as we're just starting off this district final game. Douglass in the Hurricane orange and green. Grosse Ile on the white jerseys getting ready to punt it away, so they didn't want to see a good big 3 and out in their first series.
High end over end punt. Bounces at the 25, keeps rolling. What a Grosse Ile roll. Finally goes out of bounds. See where the officials track it down with the angle. It's going to be inside the 15. And it looks like they're going to mark it at about the 13-yard line.
Yeah,
so terrific punt.
Absolutely. Using the punt as a weapon right there. And what we're going to see out of the Douglass team they had last week in the game that they beat Southwestern in to move into this game, Rich, is they had 3 players that had over 100 yards of rushing. So they're set up with Corey Peterson, number 2, as their quarterback, and he makes it happen. But they're very deep, and they run in a lot of players. They have players listed on the roster as athletes. You can see them at a variety of positions.
Tight formation for Douglas. Nobody split left or right. Hand off inside. Put the ball out just over the 15-yard line. As it looks like Douglas, as Phil just indicated, is going to try to establish control at the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, and that was number 7, Demetrius Stinson, and he was one of the players that went for over 100 yards last week, listed on our roster as an athlete. Took the ball in the actually a full house backfield, if you will.
Same formation as before, quarterback under center. And coming off of the right side, the ball out over the 20. It's going to bring up a 3rd down. And ball 3rd and 2.
So what we have in the way that they're lining up right now, Rich, and their desires to come right at Grosse Ile with their power, and it's a broken T where we have the quarterback is directly under the center, then he has a fullback right behind him, and then 2 halfbacks lined up behind them. Big key 3rd down play.
Staying with that same formation, and again coming off that right side, and depending on the official's mark, this is going to be close to a 1st down.
And he marked it.
The referee says 1st down, they'll move the chain. So Douglas picks up the first down of the game.
And that's just what they're trying to do, is power football. You see they're not spending much time in the huddle. It's probably we're running left or running right.
And so far, no variation for Douglas. They go to the other side this time. And Grosse Ile stops them. Gain of about 2 on the play.
And that was number 1, Javante Simpson took the ball. It was almost like an inside handoff, if you will. You know, they're definitely leading with the fullback back there, I believe number 65, and we'll get a little more stats on him. He's right behind the quarterback. And then the 2 backfield mates right now seem to be Javante Simpson, number 1, and Demetrius Stinson, number 7.
And again, off that left side, best gain of the night. The first series saw him coming off the right side. This series they're going to the left side.
Stinson, the ball carrier.
It's going to be 3rd, we'll call it 1, a short one. Well, now they're going to say you got the 1st down, and they move the chain.
Number 77 on the tackle.
The referee took a close look,
1st and 10.
ruled it a 1st down.
Hurricanes.
No wide receiver. We have few listed on our rosters, Rich, but we haven't seen anybody in the wide receiver formation for Douglas, as they just want to come right forward, right at Grosse Ile, and see what Grosse Ile can do to stop it.
On this 3rd series, Douglas has come back, started running to the right again.
The ball carrier once again stopped by.
We saw a little bit of it last week, that there's an official ball, you know, that's in use for the Michigan High School Athletics Association. And last week they were switching balls on and off. Talking with the Douglas coaches, they had problems last week getting used to the ball. It was a ball that they had not played with all year. So now they feel like they've had a week to practice with it, because they were dropping the ball left and right last week.
Big fullback straight up the middle, takes the ball out to the 45. When the Grosse Ile Kettering game, depending upon who was on offense, the ball came in from that sideline. So Grosse Ile was familiar with the ball they were using, and Kettering familiar with the ball they were using.
Yeah, and now this is just going to be one particular football for everybody.
So that was enough for a 1st down for Douglas. As they keep these chains moving, they just are marching along the ground. And Douglas opened up a hole that time coming off the right side to get the ball out to the Grosse Ile 46-yard line. It's going to bring up a 2nd down, and we'll call it 1.
I think that's number 65, Lance Griffin, that's leading the charge for these 2 stablemates back there for the Douglas team, the Canes, if you will.
And
as this running game progresses, the yards gained is increasing. Straight up the middle, cuts to his right. Breaks
Then
the
open
tackle.
field.
Got an open field, trying to be tracked down out there by number 4. Nylenbach pulled down, but not until he gets out inside the 15.
That was Demetrius Stinson, and he got off the right side and found that he was back in the secondary, and this is like their strategy of just exactly what Douglas wants to do. And once Stinson got loose, cut across the field, terrific speed-on-speed play by Jordan Nylenbach as he hauled him down, and that's big run, big first down, just outside the 10-yard line here in the first quarter of action. And they're doing just exactly what they wanted to do, Rich.
First and 10.
So 1st and 10 for Douglas,
15-yard line.
and
Red Douglas.
no variation in what they're doing. It's been working. They're going to stay with it. Oh, as Seal looked like they were going to blitz, they caused the lineman to move, and they're going to call it a procedure against Douglas. 5-yard mark-off, takes the ball out to the 20.
And it's the first time that Douglas has been stopped since they've taken over the ball, Rich, as they have moved forward. So sometimes it's just a play here or there. Grosse Ile, this is the first time a lot of these players have been in any type of playoff game this late in the season. And so you're naturally going to have some jitters playing on a different field, a beautiful field we might add. On that turf, I know they get an opportunity to play on it in the Huron League.
Just under 5 minutes to go here in the first quarter as Douglas drive is really chewing up the clock. Looking to pass, finds a man out in the flat, takes it down inside the 5. Just inside the 5 is where the official's going to mark it.
And I think that's number 1, Javante Simpson, as he got open, and there was a whole series of Grosse Ile defenders around him, and the nice pass by Corey Peterson as he faked, took a deep drop, and threw the ball in, and Simpson turned his shoulders upfield and was brought down for a nice gainer for the Douglas team as they continue their march here in the first quarter.
First down and goal to go, we'll call it from the 5.
From the 4.
Bounces off the line, keeps those legs moving, and he just fights his way down to the goal line. They're going to mark him inside the 1.
He's quite a load.
55, right?
And he just showed what coaches like to see. You keep those legs moving, just bounce off the defenders, bounce off the linemen, you keep charging forward, move a little lateral if you have to.
They're calling that number 55, Donovan Howard. On our roster sheet, he's listed on offense and defensive lines. He's in the backfield.
And there's just line charge for Douglas. Push the Grosse Ile line back, and Douglas takes it in for the score.
And Demetrius Simpson's going to come in from 1 yard out. And they're going to be putting 6 up on the board, Rich, here with 3 minutes 39 seconds to go in the first quarter. And Grosse Ile, that's exactly what they didn't want to have happen. They went 3 and out, taking the opening kickoff, and then Douglas, after a tremendously nice punt, really great weapon there for Grosse Ile.
And the point after attempt is no good as it was blocked by Grosse Ile.
And that was basically a 90-yard touchdown drive, pretty much all on the ground except for when it was 1st and 15 from the 15. And a nice pass from Peterson to Stinson, I believe, that got him down to the 1 yard line. Then Stinson took it in 6-0 early in this game, Rich.
3:39 to go here in the first quarter. As Douglas was exerting some of that weight and muscle that Phil talked about earlier, and they just pushed Grosse Ile down the field. If this keeps up, it's going to be a long evening for Grosse Ile.
Well, I would think that's what one of the things in watching Grosse Ile, their offense is so varied and diverse that Douglas wants to do the only thing they can, and that's keep Grosse Ile off the field and keep them on their heels defensively.
And of course, in high school ball, a lot of the players play both sides, offense and defense, so
Another great season of high school.
we're going to find out, I think, just how well conditioned these Grosse Ile players are by the time this game is over.
Well, yes, absolutely. Whenever you know where the ball is going and what you're doing with it, you're always at a bit of an advantage. So that was a long drive, taking several minutes off the clock, and now they're going to get the ball back, Rich, and see if they can make some things happen.
Squib kick down the center of the field, picked up, and Nylenbach almost broke it as he got through that line of defenders. And they tripped him up just as he was about to break that last
Yeah,
line.
coming right up the center too. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. Took the ball and just came straight up the inside hash mark to us, Rich, and nearly got loose.
So first down and 10 for the Red Devils at the 42-yard line.
And the first time they had the ball, there was one pass that was completed and then two runs into the center line by Alex Kish. So I think this time we're going to see a little bit more openness by Robbie White in this offense.
And the handoff goes to Nylenbach, finds a big hole on the right side, breaks a tackle, takes it out to the Douglas 45-yard line.
And Nylenbach nearly broke that one. That was a terrific play by the Douglas safety as he held his position, and wasn't just waited for Nylenbach to come to him as he looked to make a move to the outside. But nice move right off the bat, using the speed of Nylenbach to get things moving for Grosse Ile.
Looks like a full house backfield, but you've actually got the quarterback in the center. Handoff to Nylenbach going off the right side again. Gets the ball down to the Douglas 41, bring up a second down.
And on this set of downs, we're seeing a little bit different strategy by Grosse Ile offense. The first time they had the ball, they were content to go right into the middle of that big, massive line of Douglas. And this time, they're trying to go around the outside a little bit and try to get their speed going on the outside.
Brought down by number 50, Brandon Brown.
White again from the shotgun. Two receivers to the right, one to the left. Handoff goes to Kish, trying to work it up the middle. And we're going to say he lost a yard on the play. The Douglas line stood stout.
Absolutely. Like a loss of one right there, going to bring up a big third down play as 2 minutes left to go in this first quarter. Grosse Ile looking very nice on the offense, starting to settle down just a little bit. This is not a home game, actually not a home game for either team, although Douglas has played on this field before.
And for tonight's game, Douglas is considered the home team, even though we're at Northwestern High School's football field. White back to pass, finds a receiver on the right side. Tackled immediately, but he's got enough for the first down, and the chains will move.
You just love to see that. It's 3rd and 8. You see the receiver run at least an 8-yard pattern, 8 to 9-yard pattern. Robbie White found him right there. Nice sit-down pattern, thrown right where only the receiver can get it, and that's going to keep the chains moving for Grosse Ile.
So Grosse Ile has the ball on the move. White from the shotgun. And nice spin move by Kish to pick up an additional couple of yards as he gets the ball out to the 26-yard line of Douglas.
Once again, running more to the outside, staying away from the inside. You got 6 players in the 300-pound range, so that's almost a ton of humanity in there.
Grosse Ile, their usual spread offense. White from the shotgun. The handoff goes to Kish. He finds a big hole, and he tries to bull his way forward as he charges towards the 10-yard line. Brought down at the 12. Another first down for Grosse Ile, as they're starting to find some holes in that Douglas line.
Absolutely, and it's getting away from the big guys and keeping it moving on the outside players. One thing that's impressive about the Douglas defenders as it gets into the backfield like that, they really hold their position, Rich. So right now it's a nice drive by Grosse Ile as they're countering that touchdown drive by Douglas with a nice drive of their own, and they're knocking on the door at the 10.
And the pitch back, and he finds some running room, falls forward down inside the 5. Jose Fox running down here in the first quarter. That will probably be the last play of the quarter.
Once again, the ball carrier.
Going to get an opportunity to and official timeout by Douglas.
Douglas calls a timeout. 6 seconds to go. Grosse Ile had anticipated the end of the quarter and headed over to the sideline to have a confab with the coach, but Douglas decides to call a timeout.
Well, we're missing a flag tonight that tells if there's any wind advantage, but I don't think that there is one, Rich. It just they like that into the field for some reason, so they want to call timeout and talk it over. 6 seconds to go here in the first quarter. A very impressive drive. Both teams now starting to show themselves. Douglas came out on their opening drive, took it 90 yards to the house, and now here's Grosse Ile trying to answer back.
Once again, ladies and gentlemen,
Bill's right. There's walking the field earlier. There's no wind. Temperature at game time is in the high 40s. Not a cloud in the sky. It's a beautiful night for football.
Absolutely, and the whole thing is when you're coaching a game, you can't really look at that clock. You need to call a timeout if you don't like something, and regardless of where you are, and you need to get bring your men together. Nallenbach.
And he's going to be brought down for a loss. So we're back here after they got the power back on for the lights. Grosse Ile looking to score as Robbie White on the keeper gets the ball down to about the 1. Third down play, so we will see what Grosse Ile decides to do.
Yeah, bringing up 4th down and 2 here, Rich, as we had a 15-minute darkness delay, if you will, and just when the game was getting heated up, we've got a terrific battle on our hands here. Power of Frederic Douglas high against the speed of Grosse Ile. The Red Devils are here. And here we are knocking on the door, and early in the second quarter as Grosse Ile's trailing 6-0 and getting ready to.
And Grosse Ile's going to go for it. Sasak stays on the sideline. Grosse Ile kicker. And they tried to sneak it forward and came up short. So the ball will go over on downs. Now we're getting the officials calling a timeout. And let's see what the official, they're saying we have a possibility here of a first down without scoring, and the referee wants a measurement.
Well, the Grosse Ile players were jumping up and down like they have the first down with the marking. We're going to have a real key spot in the game, as it was another quarterback keeper by Robbie White. And up the middle has not been real friendly to Grosse Ile tonight. And it's first down. Big play, Rich.
Big first down for Grosse Ile. First and goal from the 1. As Grosse Ile just barely got that first down.
Well, with that 15-minute delay, we kind of lost track of where we were. 4th down in inches actually is what it was. So that wasn't a bad play called by Robbie White. It gave him the first down and first and goal.
White on the keeper again, charges forward, and we'll see if the momentum of he and the line push it into the end zone. The officials are saying no, he's still short. But boy, that knows that ball's got to be close to that goal line, Phil, because we definitely had a line charge. Oh man, it's right on that line, isn't it?
Absolutely right on the line, and that's 3 straight times that they're trying this line, which is not a bad way to go about it when you're down here this low. We talked about punching. Sometimes when you are the finesse team, you still got to show a little bit of power. As once again, Robbie White has just met at that huge line of scrimmage and pushed backwards this time.
He met a wall and slid off the back of his own player.
It's anchored down there by number 55, Donovan Ward, right in the middle of things. We've seen him in the backfield tonight, been the fullback position for Douglas when they're on the offense.
So, no gain on the play. Brings up a 3rd down, still 1. White now going to go from the shotgun. And he's going to roll to his left looking for a receiver, finds one in the corner of the end zone.
Overthrown.
It's overthrown, and it's going to bring up a 4th down. And
Corey
1.
Groff got himself open. An interesting call as Robbie White was rolling to his left, throwing across his body. Corey Groff broke in and then was heading to the corner of the end zone, and the ball was thrown only where Groff could catch it himself, but a little bit too long.
So, Grosse Ile's trying to figure this out. They got one more shot at it. Because we're going to get White up under center again. And once again, they're going to try for the quarterback sneak. And this time he's in as he veered a little bit to the right. So
Went back with a spread formation. Absolutely. Went with a spread formation on that one, Rich. And then what they found right there was an opening on the right-hand side, and Robbie White went up on a quick hitter, which is what you want to see. Once you see that opening, he went on a quick hitter and dove right in the end zone for a 1-yard run on 4th down. As they had the ball for about 5 downs down there and only got about 2 yards out of it.
So Grosse Ile to try the point after. And we've got a Douglas player that he got a head start, and flags flew. We're going to get an offside call, I do believe. Yes, indeed. Douglas was offside.
And they might have blown that play dead. They're not really showing. So,
and they're an offside call, and Grosse Ile's going to get a chance to do this again.
We've already seen where Douglas really couldn't get a kick going on their touchdown, Rich, and they only have 6 on the board. So Sazak is definitely a big weapon for Grosse Ile in this game.
Low snap from center. However, the ball's down, the kick is up, and it's good.
And the kick is good.
So Grosse Ile takes the lead here early in the 2nd quarter.
7.
Well, it took a bit of work down there at the goal line, Phil, but they got the job done eventually.
Absolutely, and you don't want to have to make a living trying to do that, you know. But I think once they went back to that spread offense, then things really kind of thinned out at the line of scrimmage, and Douglas did a great job.
You're watching MHSAA football. Grosse Ile taking on Detroit Frederic Douglass. We're at Detroit Northwestern High School's football field. Early in the 2nd quarter, Grosse Ile just took the lead 7-6 and is now getting ready to kick off to Douglas. This is Rich Sherby along with Phil Henry, and we hope you stayed with us during our little lights out adventure.
Well, I know there's been a lot of songs written there about the nights the light went out, and so we'll just continue on. It's going to be a special night, Rich, so don't go anywhere as a kickoff to Douglas and see what they can do with it. They're trying to get wide.
As it was a squib kick, took a high bounce. Douglas took the ball, ran to the left, was able to turn the corner and get the ball out to about the 48-yard line.
And that was Demetrius Simpson, number 7, and he really, once he got going and with a burst of speed, don't let him get on the edge. He took the long way to get there, Rich, but once he turned up and started running south, he was on the fly. Ran into his own player, and I think that's what really stopped him.
So 1st down and 10 as we're getting the footballs changed out. As football comes in from the Douglas sideline, the other one goes over to the Grosse Ile sideline.
49-yard line.
So here we are in the 2nd quarter. This is the 2nd time that Douglas has been on the offensive. They took their opening set of downs and went 90 yards with it.
And a run off the left side as Douglas gets the ball into Grosse Ile territory at the 46-yard line. And they're staying with the same formation we saw on their first drive in the 1st quarter.
They're using both Javante Simpson, number 1, and Demetrius Stinson, number 7, from a halfback location. It's like a broken T formation where we have the center, the quarterback, Corey Peterson's under center. They're lined up with a fullback and then 2 running mates behind him.
And the ball goes to one of the halfbacks. He charges forward to the 40, looks to have enough for the 1st down.
That's Stinson, number 7, bursting through there and moving the chains for the Douglas team.
So first down and 10 for Douglas. Ball just outside the Grosse Ile 40-yard line.
Stop by hold of Red Devils.
Yeah, when we had that light situation there, Rich, I want to say that there were some gentlemen up here in the booth that did a fantastic job as everyone had a festive time here, a game they'll never forget. We got the lights on, we all have our fingers crossed keeping them on.
55 for Douglas, takes the ball, charges forward, and kind of game tackled out there. Grosse Ile came out of the pile with the ball. They want a fumble ruling. They're not going to get it. Douglas will retain possession.
That's Donovan Howard, the big man in the fullback position, listed on our roster as an offensive lineman and a defensive lineman. Tonight, maybe he's slipping up Grosse Ile a little bit. He's quite a load.
First down and 10 for Douglas. Patterson still under center. And the running back got tripped up as he's trying to come through the line. Still falls forward. Gain of, call it 3 on the play.
And that was number 72, Joe Alongi, and he did a great job as he was on the ground, but he still saw the running back coming by him, Rich, and he stuck his hand out and tripped up Stinson, I believe, before he had a chance to really get going. Even if you're down, you've still got to be thinking about someone coming by you and making a play like he just did.
Second down and 7 now for Douglas, and they split receivers wide left and right for the first time tonight. As Grosse Ile sniffs out that play, holds Douglas to about a 2-yard gain.
Yeah, this is, it's quite an event here, being basically a road game for both teams. And you got a mix of all kinds of different people up here in the booth. And, we've got a gentleman from Northwestern High that was really in control of that light situation, Mr. Morrison, and he did one fantastic job. And he's got his fingers crossed, as we would do, as we're going to get this exciting game in.
As Douglas finds some wiggle room through the line, nice gainer. It'll be enough for another first down as Douglas gets the ball down to the Grosse Ile 14-yard line.
That was a counter play right there, Rich, and Javante Simpson came off the left side and found some running room up the middle as Grosse Ile right now is giving up yardage.
What? Come here.
So Douglas in their usual formation. Handoff goes inside, straight up the middle, finds a hole. Gets the ball down to about the 7-yard line.
And that's Stinson now. It's alternating back and forth between number 1, Javante Simpson, and number 7, Demetrius Stinson. They've been the primary workhorses in this Douglas attack, as both times they've had the ball, they primarily kept it on the ground, Rich.
6-yard gain on the last play, bring up a second down and 4 for Douglas. Just under 6 minutes to go here in the first half.
This is setting up one of those games that the last team with the ball, just might be in the best position tonight. Exciting district playoff action.
As the Douglas running back just sort of bowls his way forward, bounces a little to the right, finds a little hole, gets another yard or two, gets the ball down to the Grosse Ile 3-yard line.
Number 7.
And that's going to be enough for a first down, so we'll call it first and goal to go for Douglas.
And right now they seem to be evening up the carries. Stinson, number 7, one time, and the next time Simpson coming back. So if I'm on the defensive side of the things, I'm looking for number 1 with the ball.
Quarterback keeper. And this time Grosse Ile manages to collapse the line. Holds them to about a 1-yard gain.
It's number 2, Corey Peterson, calling his own number in there.
And that quarterback keeper, number 2, Peterson, with about a 1-yard gain. Second and goal from the 2-yard line.
Still continuing with that broken T offense. That's number 1. That's Simpson, and I don't think he made it, Rich.
He got to the goal line and Grosse Ile pushed him back. The officials are going to say, "Well, he's about 6 inches short of the goal line." It's going to bring up a third down.
Well, I'm certain we're in 4-down territory here, so the Grosse Ile needs is really showing that they can stop this attack, this ground attack of the Douglas Hurricanes.
And they give it to the big fella who charges his way into the end zone for the score.
Donovan Howard, touchdown.
That's Howard on the carry.
Kind of hard to stop him. All he has to do is fall forward.
And so far we've had 3 touchdowns in this game, all on 1-yard runs. So each team able to move the ball.
But there was a lot of pounding of the ball. So Douglas is doing what they want, and they're lined up in the 2-point formation.
Trying to make up
Wide
for
pitch.
PAT they missed on the first drive. And Grosse Ile stops them. They come up short on the 2-yard attempt.
3:55.
It looked like he was stopped well short of it, but man, he must have snuck through there because where the officials are umpiling him right now are real close.
All right, I'll get back to you.
And the ball is in.
Oh, and they're going to rule it in. From this vantage point, it looked like he came up short. The officials say no.
Yeah, that was number 7, Stinson, and it was the first time we've seen a wide pitch in a while from the Douglas team. As they pitched it wide, then he cut it up forward, and it looked like Grosse Ile had him stopped, but he wiggled his way on through and kept driving his legs forward in a nice spot, favorable spot as they umpiled him, and it's a 2-point conversion, so that puts it at 8-point play, and it makes it 14-7 now.
3:55 to go here in the first half, as both teams have been able to score each time they've had the ball, with the exception of that first series by Grosse Ile on the opening kickoff.
And we call that the road jitters, if you will. It was a quick 3-and-out by Grosse Ile, and then after that they showed their offensive prowess. And then, of course, we had the lights go out here for 15 minutes, so that was kind of a mini halftime, if you will, in between quarters. Just as we were starting to think that maybe Douglas, who had called a timeout with 6 seconds to go in the first quarter, might be getting a little bit winded against the speedier Red Devils.
Kish and Nylenbach back to receive. Kish on the near side, Nylenbach on the far side. As so far we've seen squib kicks down the center of the field. We'll see what Douglas chooses to do this time.
We saw Nylenbach get that kick and try to come upfield, and did a great job.
And the kick goes short, pulled in just over the 20 by number 12, takes it down the far sideline.
Derek Cuddy still upright, forced out of bounds over on the Grosse Ile sideline. Nice run back.
Found a lane over there, but we do have a flag. We'll take a look, see what the officials call, as they're holding a discussion at the moment. And we'll keep our eye on the referee. We're going to get a personal foul call, face mask against Douglas.
Personal foul.
That'll tack on 15.
And of course, we have a couple of different kinds. We have the incidental type that's, and this one's going to be the big one here, Rich.
From the end of the play.
So that's going to, we'll see where the officials end up setting the ball down. But Grosse Ile is going to set up with absolutely fantastic field position as the official sets the ball down at the Douglas 33-yard line.
Well, 3:46 left in the first half, Rich, and 14-7. Grosse Ile's trailing, and they're set up in business right now.
White from the shotgun, Kish behind him. Excuse me, not Kish. It was number 7, I believe.
That was Alex Kish, yes. He had the ball off to the left side.
Number 7, Kish, the ball carrier. First stop by number
So Grosse Ile, 2nd down and 6. Flag on the play as Robbie White on the keeper. And we'll see what the officials call. That was thrown by the umpire, usually a sign of holding.
And that's going to go against Douglas.
So it's not going to be holding. We'll see what the official calls it as soon as we get the signal.
It was a quick call, too, just as soon as the ball was snapped, basically. And
so Grosse Ile picks up another 5 yards.
It's going to be 1st and 10 then from the 22-yard line, Rich.
White from the shotgun. Handoff goes to Kish. He finds a little bit of running room on the left side. Gets the ball down to the 20, called a gain of 2, bring up a 2nd down and 8.
And those are great plays right there from the spread formation where Alex Kish, comes back and just basically up the middle. And this time he's finding a little bit more running room, as the big bodies are starting to maybe get a little bit tired out there, Rich.
2nd and 7.
So White, again, from the shotgun as usual, looking to pass over the center. It's intercepted. And Douglas manages to bring it back to the their own 26, 27-yard line.
Demetrius Stinson playing the deep safety on that right there is, he was stayed his position tremendously. Robbie White, looked like he thought he had an open receiver, and then Stinson just kind of moved right into the passing lane, picked it off, and then here late in the first half, with Grosse Ile trailing and knocking on the door, they have just turned the ball over.
1st and 10, Hurricanes.
2:11 to go here in the first half. Douglas sets up 1st down and 10 following the interception. As Grosse Ile drives him out of bounds, but not until he gains
the ball carrier.
about 5 on the play.
Stopped by Alex Kish.
And they're still coming with their power formation. Frederic Douglas High coming in here with a 9-1 record. They were 8-1. They played in the public school league. In the division in the public school league, they finished 2nd to Henry Ford. They were beating Henry Ford 26-0 before they lost 27-26.
Straightforward on the handoff.
City championship, they beat Henry Ford.
And then later in the city championship, they turn around and turn the tables on Henry Ford. So here we have, they're 9-1. They're showing their power game here in this first half. Grosse Ile's been able to move the football. This has been a highly entertaining game.
Got the ball out to the 37-yard line. It'll be 1st down.
Somebody called a timeout. They got the chains
We've got the officials called a timeout. The chains on the far side got tangled up.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Trying to
this
get them
is an
straightened out.
officials timeout.
So both teams waiting patiently now until the sideline officials get the situation corrected.
Well, let's see. We've had the lights go out and the chains get tangled. That's not something you see in every game, is it?
Neither one, let alone both.
I don't think I've ever seen timeout for chains being tangled before.
1st and 10.
At least we know the chain gang is on the move. They're ready to get this game along.
36.5-yard line.
So Douglas 1st down and 10. Handoff, they try to come to the left side. And Grosse Ile spells it out.
That was Javante Simpson, number 1. It's been primarily Simpson and Demetrius Stinson back and forth, taking turns.
Simpson, the ball carrier.
And not till he gets the ball out to the 41-yard
Number
line.
17.
Calling
They seem to like that left side also, Rich. They've been finding a lot of success over there running over their left guard and left tackles.
rolls to his right, looking for a receiver, finds one, and he's out of bounds at the 49-yard line. That'll be enough for a first down.
That pass was complete to Seabird for another
Douglas
Hurricane first
has the
down.
ball on the move again. The time's running down here in the first half. We're under a minute to go. The clock is running. Douglas gonna have to hurry. Pitch, finds some running room, tries to come to the left, back to the center. Hauled down by Grosse Ile. And we've got a timeout on the field called by Douglas.
He's brought down
Just about 40 seconds to go. So kind of interesting that Douglas went into a huddle and then decides to call a timeout.
Yeah, they're with 40 seconds to go here in the first half. They're on the move. They don't look like they have at this point a big play, capability in them. They seem to like the power game, and they've been doing very well at it. Now they're trying to get some in pitches going, so they're going to take a little time to think about this and see what they can come up with against Grosse Ile. A very good, well called timeout at this point in the game.
The two passes we've seen from Douglas have both been short to the sideline. So they're going to have to do something to strike fast here if they intend to score. They're talking it over now.
Well, one thing about Grosse Ile, they don't want to let the big runners get on the outside. So you got to definitely keep the containment going, and that's number 1 Simpson and number 7 Stinson. Keep those guys bottled up. Keep them on the inside.
So pitch to the tailback, and Grosse Ile catches him in the backfield. He falls forward, gain of about 1, as we're going to get another timeout call by Douglas.
And that'll be their final timeout here the first half with 32 seconds to go, as a big play by Matt Nagy. Got a nice arm around the running back just as he was trying to get ahead of steam and brought him down. Very nice tackle by Matt Nagy.
Matt Nagy.
So kind of interesting on this timeout, as Douglas does not go to the sideline. In fact, they come out and they're lining up with the ball. The official says, "Go away." We're in a timeout here, fellas.
It's not like basketball. Basketball, you can call a timeout and then walk back on the floor. The other team has to come out there too.
So for some reason, Douglas called the timeout, but there's no conference going on with the coach. Grosse Ile, on the other hand, is huddling with the coach. And now both teams are ready to go.
32 seconds. Douglas has no timeouts. Right about at the 44-yard line of Grosse Ile. Now they're starting to spread the formation out. This is the first time we've seen them with wide receivers.
And he's looking to his right. He's under pressure. Pulls the ball down. Now he fires it downfield. And almost intercepted by Grosse Ile. But the ball falls out of bounds.
It's almost intercepted.
So it'd be bring up a 4th down and 4 for Douglas. 24 seconds to go on the clock.
Yeah, that was some tremendous pressure right there, Rich, as he started from the shotgun formation, went back, was trying to find something deep, and there was just a slow developing play, and by then the defenders were in on him. He lobbed it down there, but the only ones that really had a shot at that were number 27, Alex Kish, and the rest of the Grosse Ile defenders.
So there were offsetting penalties on the play. I do not know what they were. Still 4th down. And Douglas again splits receivers left and right. We've got a flag on the play. We're going to get an illegal procedure call against Douglas.
False start.
Well, you definitely get them out of their comfort zone when you get them in the rush formation. They don't like to be rushed like that. They like a little bit slower. They're trying to take advantage of the turnovers. Grosse Ile had great field position, Rich, and then Robbie White fired an interception down about the 10-yard line. Douglas is trying to take advantage of it before the close of the first half. They're ahead 14-7. This has been a really great game, and I think the second half is going to be really spectacular.
So we'll call it 4th down and 8 yards for Douglas. As Douglas is huddling Grosse Ile ready to go. As the officials were talking some things over, Douglas now comes to the line.
In the shotgun formation, that's number 55 back there, Donovan Howard. He has a 1-yard run. He's the
And he's looking to his left, fires it over the middle, overthrows the receiver. Ball falls in between everybody. So the ball's going to go over on downs to Grosse Ile with just over 20 seconds to go here in the first half.
Incomplete.
So now if you're Grosse Ile, Rich, do you want to take advantage of this? They definitely are getting decent field position. Are you going to take a couple flyers at it? You have all 3 of your timeouts. There's 20 seconds.
Well, Grosse Ile, unlike Douglas, has shown the ability to throw the ball downfield this season. And so they may just take a shot at it. You throw a couple to the sideline and then a strike to the end zone. And they swing the ball out to Nielenbach. Gets on that left side.
That pass is complete.
And he takes the ball down to the Douglas 42-yard line.
Now is second down.
42, that's
Comes up just short of the first down.
Mr. Weaver, 13 seconds left.
Trip receivers to the right for Grosse Ile. That's the way White's looking. He's under pressure in the backfield, and he's going to get brought down for a sack
And there's a sack.
way back on the Grosse Ile 40-yard line as this clock's going to run out.
Yes.
And so our score, well,
14-7.
Grosse Ile managed to get a timeout with 0.3 seconds left on the clock. So Grosse Ile wants to take one more shot at it.
well, and might we say, you know, we've seen some plays in the past. We've got hook and ladder in the arsenal. The ball is on this there's a short side of the field and then a wide side of the field. I would think maybe if you're going to do anything razzle dazzle, it might take place over on that wider side of the field. We're going to look that way. I know Robbie White has a decent arm. I don't know that you want to try to air it out. The deep safeties for Douglas definitely have some talent, so we want to be careful for any type of interception.
At halftime.
So Grosse Ile talking it over, this will be the final play of the first half,
35.
barring a defensive penalty.
With about 2 minutes left. Crockett 35. Chandler Park 8.
So Grosse Ile trip receivers to the left, one to the right. White drops straight back. Now he pulls it down. He's going to run it. He's going to get tackled out there
And there's another sack.
for a loss. Another sack.
There were 5 defenders back for Douglas on that, and Robbie White probably did the wisest thing, and that's just eat the football.
So that brings us to the end of the first half.
That brings us to the
With
end
the
of the first
score, Douglas 14,
half.
Grosse Ile 7.
Douglas
And we'll take a
14,
break for
Grosse Ile
halftime, and we'll be back with
7.
second half action in just a moment.
Another score from Allen Park. King 35, Allen Park 0.
Of MHSAA football, as Grosse Ile's going up against Detroit Frederic Douglas. 14-7 our score following the first half. Grosse Ile getting ready to kick off to Douglas to start the second half. And it's a very short kick, and it's muffed by Douglas. They may have fallen on it. We'll wait for the official's call. Grosse Ile says they've got it, and the official agrees. So Grosse Ile will set up first down and 10.
And that was
From
Michael
Douglas
Siebert,
42.
number 5 down there, Rich, and the ball was kicked end over end. And then when that ball was kicked end over end like that, he might have taken his eye off it with the on-rushing. So basically an aggressive onside kick, and Grosse Ile gets a break here starting the second half. They're trailing 14-7 in this district final game.
So White from the shotgun, flanked on either side. Quick handoff to Kish, coming off the left side. Gets the ball out over the 40. And the officials are going to mark it right at the 40. So a gain of 3 on the play, bring up a second down and 7.
Yeah, that was just what Grosse Ile needed coming out in here in the second half, is they had to kick off, and Douglas has been very good about ball control tonight. And Grosse Ile is starting to, assert themselves with their speed and basically ingenuity.
Well, the last thing Grosse Ile would have wanted was Douglas to take the opening drive in for a score. And they've negated that as Kish turns
is
the
gone.
corner, and Kish is down to the 10, and he's brought down at the 5 as he found a hole and then took it to the outside, turned the corner for a big gainer.
And that was a big play, and if you look at the Douglas player, all their heads are down right now, Rich. I mean, they came out, they thought they were going to take the ball and play Douglas football and come right at Grosse Ile. Grosse Ile took advantage of a big key turnover, and now a nice run by Alex Kish as he showed his speed. And Grosse Ile really has Douglas kind of back on their heels here early in this third quarter.
So first down and goal for Grosse Ile, the ball just inside the 5-yard line. White from the shotgun, and we've got some jumping going on out there by Douglas, and they're going to get called on the offside.
Offside, Frederic.
So that'll be half the distance to the goal line,
Distance to the goal.
and no easier way to pick up yardage than a penalty on the opposing team.
We saw Grosse Ile here as right after that power outage that we had in the first half, Rich, a 15-minute power outage. They had the ball down here and had 5 attempts at trying to get 1 yard. So we know they're going to spread them out this time and do something a little bit more aggressive.
And indeed, White from the shotgun, handoff goes to Kish, who takes it in for the score. Nice, we'll call it a 3-yard run.
Nice inside handoff as Kish took the ball, had his legs moving real powerfully forward and found a nice little spot, turned his legs up north and then took it into the end zone.
So Kish on the 3-yard run. And Grosse Ile
Makes a point. It's good.
has converted the extra point to tie this game up.
In the third quarter.
And boy, they couldn't have asked for a better start to this second half.
14-14.
So that was all right there on the kickoff as they come out here in the second half, and I think they caught Douglas kind of napping a little bit, and so let's see what they do about that again. And once again, it's a battle of wills that we're seeing developing here as Douglas wants to keep the ball away from Grosse Ile, and Grosse Ile saying, hey, we want to keep it away from them. And right now we're tied up 14-14, and this is going to be a very exciting game. Don't go anywhere. It's promising to have a big finish.
So we're going to get a character check right here for Douglas. As Phil indicated, they're a bit down after the turn of events here following the second half kickoff. And Douglas needs to answer. We'll see if they can muster the gumption to do that.
Well, you might want to look for that pooch kick again. You know, a lot of times you can use it. It's not quite an onside kick, Rich. It's a little bit more of a weapon.
And Grosse Ile tries it again, and it gets just over that initial line for Douglas.
And the key to that one is getting the ball up high, getting a lot of spin on top of it, you know, a lot of end-to-end spin right there. But that time it looked like it was Corey Peterson, number 2, the quarterback, that reeled it in and basically just grabbed it and wrapped his arms around it and fell to the ground. So now Douglas will be taking over here in a tie game in this third quarter with their first set of downs in the second half.
Douglas had anticipated that, had good hands players up closer to the ball that time. straight up the middle for Douglas. They get the ball out to their own 45-yard line, gain of 4 on the play.
That was Simpson, number 1, as he showing right up the middle, just what Douglas wants to do, come right at Grosse Ile.
So Douglas trying to work their power running game here early in the second half. Just under 10 minutes in the third quarter.
They're calling it a broken T formation where they have a quarterback under center. And he hands it off to the fullback, first guy through.
And Grosse Ile moved the linebackers up into the line. So once the runner got past that initial line of scrimmage, he had some open territory, and he managed to take the ball out to the Grosse Ile 48-yard line. It's enough for a first down for Douglas.
First down.
Well, that time they had a quicker player lined up in the fullback position, Rich, and they took advantage of his speed. Normally we're seeing number 55, Donovan Howard, there, and now we're in the same formation.
As Douglas runs the ball to the right, we've got a flag on the play. Well in behind the play, thrown by the referee. Preliminary call is holding against Douglas.
Flag on the play.
And this play is coming back.
Holding is called.
Now they're trying to break things on the outside.
There was 2-yard penalty from the spot of the foul.
So the officials spot the ball now at the Douglas 43-yard line.
First down and about 20.
And of course, we had a big night in district action here, Rich, and scores are coming in from all over the state. If you're a big football fan, and you should be, Lowell is cleaning up on Muskegon 28-0. Walled Lake Central is up over Clarkston. Clarkston, a lot of people like them to go all the way. And then Orchard Lake St. Mary's is just cruising over Redford Thurston. That Redford Thurston team had a great season, and Orchard Lake St. Mary's is kind of handling them 35-14. Then we've heard Crockett. Detroit Crockett is up leading, and then King, I believe Martin Luther King went into Allen Park, and they're cleaning up on Allen Park. We're getting down to crunch time. We're only a couple of games away from Ford Field.
That's right, as district finals are happening tonight all over the state. Teams trying to get into the regionals.
Now they spread formation right now.
We've got trip receivers to the left, one receiver to the right. Lone setback. Peterson from the shot. Now we're a little discombobulated out there for Douglas. They've got to call a timeout, talk this one over, figure out what they're doing.
Well,
And
that
this is frankly, this is reminiscent of what we saw at the Kettering game last week, Phil, where Kettering would break the huddle and players weren't quite sure where to go in the formation, and
Well,
they ended up having to call timeouts. They got delay of game penalties.
well, absolutely, and we're not sure if this is just a case where Grosse Ile, tying this game up like they did here early on in the third quarter, and they have momentum definitely on their side. Is now all of a sudden is the team from Frederic Douglass, are they starting to kind of get out of their game plan a little bit? That was an unusual play. They might have had 12 players in that huddle, because as they broke with the 3 receivers coming towards us, one of them just kept right on running, and he ran right to the sideline. And then they couldn't get the play off, called timeout, and here we are.
That's a problem right there. You can't break the huddle with 12 men. That's a penalty.
Well,
Oh,
clearly.
we got a flag on the play. And I
Looks
think
like
we're going to get a call against Douglas.
And I think that's that illegal equipment call that we saw last week.
Against Fred Douglas.
So that negates the previous play. And we'll call this a second down and 22. Quick pass out to the left. Grosse Ile's right on it.
Matt Nagy again coming up big. Matt Nagy, number 10, the junior, smelled that one out, as it was basically a wide screen pass developing with those 4 wide receivers out there, Rich. And Matt Nagy got in behind him and stood up the running back right after he caught the ball and brought him down for a big loss.
So it's going to bring up a third down for Douglas. They've got to get the ball out to the Grosse Ile 38-yard line. It's currently on the Douglas 40-yard line. Long pass downfield to the right. Receiver's there. It looks like it's going to be intercepted by Grosse Ile. And officials are saying, yes, indeed, it is an interception. And Grosse Ile's going to set up first down and 10 at their own 39-yard line.
Alex Kish played that one before, and we saw Alex in the first half when Peterson went back to throw, and he throws a ball, and it really kind of got up in the air, and it just started wobbling around. It almost looked like a punt of sorts, Rich.
Well, that receiver was surrounded by 3 Grosse Ile defenders, and really didn't have much of a chance on that pass as it hung up there and gave Grosse Ile a chance to pick it off, which they did.
And you know, you always talk about quarterbacks putting air under the ball at times. You know, that time there was way too much air under that ball as the receiver was open, and he would look like he was waiting for a punt to come down, and then that allowed the defenders to close in on it, and Alex Kish got position and reeled it on in.
And we just had a turnover as Kish fumbled on the play. Douglas recovers the fumble, so they're going to set up first down and 10 now at the Grosse Ile 32-yard line. So quick change of possessions by each team.
You see Douglas going back to their broken tee. Big number 55 in that fullback position, right behind Corey Peterson, the quarterback. And then the 2 halfbacks have been Javante Simpson and number 7.
We got Simpson on the carry. Gain of about 6 on the play.
You know, right there was once again these the running backs for Douglas. They're constantly looking forward, looking for running room, keeping those legs going. Grosse Ile needs to be real sure on their tackles. Don't let a guy by you.
A handoff. Coming off the left side, keeps his legs driving. Gang tackled by Grosse Ile, drives him back.
And that's number 7 right there, Demetrius Stinson, who's had a touchdown in this game. Touchdown and 2-point conversion.
Number 14.
And
He got
still
himself.
managed to gain 2 on the play. It's going to bring up a third down. And
Got
we'll call it
himself.
2 to go.
Got wrapped up in there by several defenders and brought down probably like a loss of wind is what I would say.
So Douglas breaks the huddle. Peterson up under center as they continue with what Phil has called the broken T formation. Handoff goes to the fullback, charges forward, he's dropped after gaining only about a yard. Going to bring up a 4th down and 1.
That ball carrier was Donovan Howard.
Donovan Howard, when he's in that fullback position, we've seen him ramble 1 yard for a touchdown run. Now they need that same 1 yard here on 4th down. I think everybody in the stadium knows where it's going to go.
So Peterson up under center. And the ball goes to one of the tailbacks, number 7. And he's tackled. It's going to be close. The officials are going to take a hard look at this one as to whether he got the first down.
And he was brought back behind the line of scrimmage, so, you know, they're going to see where they mark it, and they're going to call an official's timeout, and they're going to bring in the chain gang. And Stinson, it was the fake to Howard, and Stinson tried to get around the end, and he was stacked up by the linebackers for Grosse Ile, and now we got a big measurement right here with 5 minutes to go in the 3rd quarter, Rich.
14-14 our score. As Douglas is driving, Grosse Ile trying to put a stop on. Measurement here on 4th down. And it's coming up short for Douglas. Grosse Ile takes over on downs at their own 43-yard line, or excuse me, 23-yard line.
First and 10.
So this has been a big battle of of momentum swings here in this third quarter. Grosse Ile comes out on the kickoff and recovers a big pooch kick, takes it on in for the tying score. Then they get an interception on stopping a drive and then turn it right back over, and now they've just taken it back over on downs.
White from the shotgun. Douglas almost offside as they jump, but they get back. And Grosse Ile, nice run. They get out. It's going to be close to another first down.
And there's Nellenbach, and he's got that quickness and that speed as he broke his way to the outside and picked up nice yardage. Nice first down yardage.
So they're going to call it an 8-yard gain, bring up a second down and 2 for Grosse Ile.
Robbie White, the senior quarterback, has really calmed down from that first set of downs. He's really showing some field generalship and great play calling out there. Rich, this game is really getting exciting.
Nylenbach came in motion.
It's fake to him.
And it was fake.
Robbie White kept
Robbie
the ball
White
with
on
the first down.
Got the first down as he brings the ball out to the 40-yard line.
And we talked about this last week against Kettering, is how he has the ability to really bury that ball in deep, and then pull it out of there at the most opportune time without having any, fumbleitis going on. Pulled it out, caught Douglas off guard, and nearly broke that one for a lot bigger yardage. But it'll be first down here as the third quarter is winding down with 3 minutes to go.
So White from the shotgun, flanked on either side by Kish and Eilenbach. Handoff goes to Kish looking for some running room. He's going to be dropped for a loss of about a yard.
They had some success with that play. That's like a counter to the last one that went to Nallenbach off to the right side. They came back with a counter to Kish, and he just couldn't find anything along the line of scrimmage.
So we're going to get a timeout called by Grosse Ile. They want to talk this over with 3:22 to go in the third quarter. You're watching Grosse Ile TV. I'm Rich Sherby. He's Phil Henry. This is Michigan High School Athletic Association playoff football action. Division 4 as Grosse Ile is facing off against Detroit Frederic Douglass. Each team trying to bring home a district title and advance on to the regional.
Yep, absolutely. And, of course, they're in the regional right now. The teams playing tonight are Pennafield from Battle Creek and Lansing Sexton. And the winner of that game will play the winner of this game. And then we'll be in the semifinals and then on to Ford Field for the championship. And if you haven't ever had an opportunity to get down to Ford Field for high school championship football, it is absolutely a tremendous treat. A lot of these teams travel very well, as you might expect, and it's a big, fun time down there, and you can really enjoy the atmosphere, and it's great for these kids also.
So both teams back on the field following the timeout. Grosse Ile faced with a second down and 10 from their own 40.
Nothing going right there, Rich.
No, it got stopped for about a 1-yard loss.
Those counter plays have just, they've been running them left and running them right. And right now, Douglas has them kind of sniffed out. I'm noticing downfield there doesn't seem to be anything open on passing plays. The safeties and cornerbacks for the Douglas team have some tremendous talent, and they're really shutting down the deep running game of Grosse Ile.
So Grosse Ile looking to come up with a big play here. Third down and 11. As White, flanked by Kish in the backfield, rolls to his left, looks downfield, and could not connect with the receiver. And that's going to bring up a fourth down. And at this stage of the game and this field position, looks like Grosse Ile is going to punt as the punt team comes on.
I know he was rolling to the wide side of the field there, Rich, but I still don't like those plays, especially on big third down like that where he's throwing across his body as Douglas has been getting in. And here is a second quick punt here, and what is happening here?
This is not going to stand, as the officials are saying an illegal substitution, I believe, on the part of Douglas.
We believe that's an illegal substitution on Douglas's part.
So that puts the ball at the 50-yard line. I still think you need to really punt the ball away and keep it away from Douglas, or at least let them start with a long field.
And it
brings
looks
up-
like that's what's going to happen.
This will make it like 4th and 7,
That's
you know,
White.
which is a little more tantalizing, Rich. You make the call.
Well, White's dropping deep to punt, so we'll go with the punt call. And we've got a flag on the play as the ball rolls downfield, comes to a halt at about the 13-yard line. Let's check on the flag, see
Very
what the
quick
call is.
Avery is supposed to be out there. And I even talked to him about it.
And we're going to get a procedure call, I do believe, against Grosse Ile.
Well, it's either that or he's warming his hands up.
Flag on the play.
It's wrong. We had no guys to run it.
Illegal procedure.
And indeed, then this play's coming back.
Grosse Ile.
Needs to be out there.
They'll walk it off against Grosse Ile, and Grosse Ile will try to punt this again. As Douglas hoping for something better than the roll Grosse Ile got on that last punt.
Absolutely, and I believe it's Ryan Hazard back there in punt formation, and I'll tell you, he has been a weapon here a couple of times.
Specifically.
So White, lower kick, gets a bounce, picked up by the Douglas receiver. Grosse
Nice
Ile
spin
misses
move.
missed the open field tackle, takes it to the right, turns the corner, gets down the sideline, and gets the ball out to the Douglas 40-yard line where they'll set up 1st down and 10.
And that spin move as he was being closed in by the defenders, you know, a nice spin move, Rich, as he was able to get some running room to the outside. We see a lot of these Douglas players like that. They like to run, you know, sideways right to a sideline before they make their move upfield. It's been effective for them. They have the speed to do it.
And we've got a flag on the play, so this ball's going to be marched back against Douglas. And it's a holding call.
Holding call.
Maybe that's why the spin move was effective.
It could be.
He had a little help.
So that takes the ball back to the Douglas 15-yard line where they'll set up 1st down and 10. Just under 2 minutes to go here in the 3rd quarter.
This has been a very unusual 3rd quarter. The only score on the board has been Grosse Ile. We've had a series of big penalties, turnovers, and offense.
And Douglas bringing the ball around the left side, turns the corner, gets the ball out to the 22-yard line.
What was that, number 5 here again? Number 7 here. Number 7, the ball carrier.
That was a big play right there on 1st down.
27, Kish.
So it's going to bring up 2nd down and 5.
And we're going to get a timeout call by Douglas as they tried for a substitution after they broke the huddle, which you can't do.
Douglas.
And again, we're seeing that illegal substitution stuff on the part of Douglas. They're just not quite organized, which could lead to some opportunities for Grosse Ile.
Well, and here we are just closing down in the 3rd quarter, and lots of timeouts have been used. I think Douglas may be out of timeouts, or at least only one heading into that 4th quarter. They have one left, Douglas does, heading into the 4th quarter. Grosse Ile's used a timeout. Neither team has really been able to develop anything on either side of the ball. Yeah, and it's just been kind of a back and forth action. Grosse Ile did get the tying touchdown. We're at 14-14, and a turnover right now for Grosse Ile would be a big play, Rich.
So Douglas, from their broken T formation, handoff goes to the halfback.
And he's in the
Gets through the
open,
line of
there he
scrimmage,
goes.
he's in the open field, and it's going to be a foot race. And he's going to get tracked down by the Grosse Ile player and hauled down from behind.
Alex
See where-
Kish made a big
Officials are
saving
gonna mark
tackle.
this at about the 11.
Counter, there's a counter play.
Nice counter play by Douglas.
As Javante Simpson took the counter play and just was off to the races, and what a burst of speed by Alex Kish.
Alex Kish.
Man, you don't usually see that when a running back is, that far, with a big head of steam like that. Alex Kish came out of nowhere and made a giant tackle for Grosse Ile.
First and down and 10 for Douglas. As they just turned this field on its head. And a drive forward on the right side by Douglas gets the ball down to the 5-yard line.
That big run right there by Javante Simpson, we're going to call it about a 70-yard run. Rich really has been the big play of this game right now as we're winding down in the third quarter. And we're seeing Douglas going back to what worked for him, them power formations.
And again, they try to drive it up the middle, and he's dropped, but not until he gains 2 yards. As the clock continues to move, we're under 10 seconds. It's probably the final play of the third quarter. And indeed it is. The third quarter comes to an end with our score tied at 14 apiece. The only score in that quarter, a 3-yard run by Alex Kish, followed by the point after attempt to tie this game up at 14. Much sloppier play in this third quarter than we saw in the first half, Phil.
Absolutely. We saw lots of ebbs and flows, back and forth, and a lot of sloppy play. You called it and hit it right on the head there, Rich. It was penalty-filled, turnover-filled, and then that one big burst right there, the one that we've been trying to say that you got to contain these guys, and they got the counter play, and Javante Simpson was off to the races. Alex Kish has probably made the biggest tackle of this entire season as he hauled him down, and it's going to bring up a big 3rd down and 2. And that's going to start off this fourth quarter. 12 minutes. Quarter, 12 minutes of action, and this game is still up for grabs. Either team can take over control.
And it looks like you made the call earlier, Phil, when it's the last team to score is going to be the team that's going to win this game.
Yeah, you can see that. Both teams, Grosse Ile certainly has big play capability. They've shown that all year long. And then with Douglas out there, they got their fleet running backs. They use 2 of them, Javante Simpson and number 7, Stinson, and both of those guys have some wheels.
So both teams come back on the field to start this fourth quarter. It'll be 3rd down and 2 for Douglas from the 3. So they're looking for the first down. They could easily get a touchdown as well from the broken T formation. Hand off to the fullback. He charges forward with a good line surge. And the officials have not yet made the call. And they're saying it's a first down, but not a touchdown. So it'll be first
down
and goal to go.
First and goal to go.
Those pile-ups down there are really untangling very slowly.
2-foot line.
Watch number 55 in behind the quarterback. There he is.
And he gets the call as he charges forward, and Grosse Ile put the stop on. And he may have actually lost a little bit on that play.
That was a nice tackle out there by Tyler Judd as he came in behind the runner, big Howard, and dragged him backwards. A lot of fans here thought he might have broke the plane, but the officials are right on top of it down there. The action is really packed in at the goal line.
So the ball on the 1-yard line. Douglas trying to punch it in. And, nice spin move right at the looked like Grosse Ile had it stopped the spin move put him into the end zone for the touchdown.
For the Hurricanes.
And that's Demetrius Stinson, as it was a handoff to the right side of the big line for the Douglas, and he just walked into the end zone with his second touchdown of the night, and that's going to put Douglas up 20-14 with the extra point to come.
Douglas lining up now. And they're going to go for two.
Same play to Stinson.
And he finds a hole and takes it into the end zone for a 2-point conversion.
And the 2-point conversion is good.
And so when a play works once, you might as well go right back to it, and that's the same play that was for the touchdown. And Stinson picked his way into the end zone for a 2-point conversion. That puts Douglas up 22-14, but there's a lot of time left in this one.
As we've got just under 11 minutes to go, but it puts some pressure on Grosse Ile. Now they not only need the touchdown, but they need the 2-point conversion to tie.
Yes, that's the two scores, as they say, and you know that really takes Brett Sasek, who's been a terrific kicker, but might put him in a field goal situation also.
Next week.
So Grosse Ile getting set to receive the punt. Kish on the far side, Nylenbach on the near side.
Sexton contest.
And Douglas, a little confusion here. As we're looking for the we're looking for the kicking tee, and they finally get it out on the field.
So Douglas has pretty much had to lead the game. They scored and made it 6-0, and then Grosse Ile came back and for a 7-6, and then Douglas made it 14-7. Grosse Ile tied it up, and now here's Douglas back on top again. This has been a very interesting game. Two teams trying to really impress their will. Both of them have settled in, and this is going to be an interesting 10 minutes and 53 seconds.
So kick comes down to Grosse Ile. Oh, and a runner breaks through the initial charge, but he's dropped at
Derek
the
Cuddy.
42-yard line.
Derek Cuddy got control of that one, and once he did, started moving forward and almost found just a straightforward run back on the kick, and almost found some more running room. Brought down at the 42-yard line.
42-yard line. Grosse Ile first down and 10.
Grosse Ile first down, 10 at their own 42-yard.
White from the shotgun. And we had a timeout called by Douglas just as that ball was being snapped. That's going to be Douglas's final timeout with lots of time left to go on the clock here in the fourth quarter.
Frederic Douglas.
So they saw something that they didn't like, and that's generally what you want to do is if you're not sure about it, especially in a playoff game where it's winner continues and loser goes home, you want to make sure that you get all on the same page.
Absolutely true, but on the other hand, you hate to use your timeouts up this early in the quarter. It gets to crunch time, they may regret this.
Well, it could be a big moment with 10:43 left in this one. They are out of timeouts. Grosse Ile has 2 on the board.
So White from the shotgun, Kish on his left, and the handoff goes to Nylenbach coming around, and boy, he just plows his way forward. Nice hard-headed run by Nylenbach on that play.
Well, absolutely. Number 3, Denzel Hawthorne had him in the backfield, and Jordan Nylenbach kept his legs moving and found some positive yardage on that play. He looked like he might have been stopped. It was a basically a fake reverse, if you will, and it got him some decent yardage here, so it brings up 2nd and about 6.
So White from the shotgun. Nylenbach on the carry finds a hole on the right side, wiggles his way downfield, avoids some defenders. A really nice game down to the Douglas 32-yard line, first down and 10.
Absolutely a nice play call coming back the other way, and Allenbach, you know, got out into the open, and he's got some tremendous quickness. Douglas, their safeties have been impressive all night long. They held their position, and Allenbach came right into him, and a nice pickup on the first down, giving them 1st and 10 at the 30-yard line.
Grosse Ile has the ball on the move.
This is Christian on the end around.
To the right side. And he's tackled just before he goes out of bounds.
That was Brian Christian that grabbed that one. We saw him play an instrumental role against Kettering last week. Been kind of quiet tonight, but he is certainly a weapon.
Nice 8-yard gain on first play, bring up a 2nd down and 2.
Okay, stop by Seabirds.
3 setbacks in the backfield with White.
Allenbach.
On the carry, goes off the right side. He's got enough for a first down as he takes that ball to the 17-yard line.
Allenbach, the ball carrier. Stop by number 13.
And Grosse Ile showing their running abilities on this drive, Phil.
Absolutely, and Allenbach, virtually every game we've seen this year, Rich, he's about the fastest player on the field. As he really gets moving, he's a junior. We'll get to see him next year, but right now we're concerned about him and what he's doing in this game. Having a great game in the second half.
We got a flag on the play, thrown by the linesman. And we're going to get an offside call against Douglas, another easy 5 yards for Grosse Ile.
Offside. Frederic Douglas, 5-yard penalty.
Boy, you don't want to see that at any time, but
That brings up
your
a
defense
1st and
sure doesn't
5.
want to do that when they're deep in their own territory.
Oh, absolutely not. But first down now, and it's just outside the 10-yard line.
We got a flag on the play.
Kish
Maybe
trying to make something happen around the end, Rich, and just nothing there.
We may be seeing a holding call as that flag came in from the umpire.
Ball carrier.
And no, we're going to get a chop block call against the offense.
That was Teach, who stopped by number 11.